The night was quiet in the cold stretch of human space. Far beyond the outer colonies, stars shone like frozen sparks. Nothing moved, until the scanners on the deep space station Echo 9 began to scream. At first, the signal looked like static. Then it grew stronger, hundreds of unknown ships entering through the dark side of the Orion Gate. The officer on duty, Lieutenant Mara, froze for a second. She had never seen a reading so massive. She whispered, "Admiral, we have visitors." Moments later, alarms echoed across the fleet. Commanders rushed to their stations. A deep, calm voice came through every speaker. "All units, prepare for silent defense. No transmissions, no warnings. Let them come." In the distance, the alien fleet emerged from the darkness, massive glowing ships covered in silver armor. Their engines burned blue, their confidence brighter than their weapons. They believed no species could stop them, not even the humans. But they were wrong. Inside the flagship UHS Vengeance, Captain Roan watched the alien ships with cold eyes. He didn't speak. His crew knew what silence meant. It was the silence before destruction. The alien commander sent a broadcast filled with arrogance. "This sector belongs to us now. Humans will surrender or be erased." Rowan smiled slightly. He didn't reply. Instead, he gave one short command: "Cloak the fleet." And in a heartbeat, every human ship vanished from radar. The aliens kept moving forward, unaware that eyes were watching them from the shadows of space. They had arrived in human territory, and they were about to learn what that truly meant. The alien fleet drifted deeper into human space, their ships shining like cold stars. They saw no resistance, no defense, no sound, only empty darkness. Admiral Threx, the alien commander, laughed inside his command room. "So this is the mighty human empire?" he mocked. "Cowards hiding in the dark." His officers joined the laughter. They believed victory was already theirs, but far away, hidden behind a dying moon, the human defense fleet waited in silence. Hundreds of ships, large, dark, and deadly. The UHS Vengeance stood at the center like a sleeping beast. Every weapon was ready, every pilot waiting for a single word. Inside the command deck, Captain Roan stared at the tactical screen. The alien fleet was moving closer, too close. He raised his hand slowly and said, "Activate Ghost Net." Within seconds, invisible human satellites came alive, cutting off the aliens' communication. Their signals vanished. Their scanners went blind. Panic spread through their ships. "Sir, we've lost contact with half the fleet," one alien shouted. "Impossible. Find out what's happening," Threx roared. Then it began. A flash of blue light ripped through the dark. One alien cruiser exploded into fire. Another followed. Then another. The sky turned into chaos as human ships uncloaked, silent, precise, unstoppable. Rail cannons fired like thunder. Missiles tore through shields. Every shot hit its mark. The aliens tried to fight back, but they couldn't see their attackers. Captain Roan spoke softly. "This is for Echo 9. A final volley struck the alien flagship's engines. Fire spread through the decks. Admiral Threx watched his pride burn. The silence returned once more, but this time, it belonged to the humans. The space around Orion Gate burned like a dying sun. Wrecks of alien ships floated silently, their lights fading into the darkness. But it wasn't over yet. The remaining alien cruisers regrouped, forming a shield wall around Admiral Threx's flagship. His voice cracked through static, full of rage and fear. "All units, fire everything. Show them our strength." Hundreds of plasma beams shot into the black void, but they hit nothing. The humans had vanished again. Then came the whisper over the alien radios. "Targets locked." From behind the asteroid belt, the UHS Vengeance emerged, followed by an entire human armada. Massive carriers, destroyers, and drone fleets poured out like a storm of metal. The aliens froze. It was a trap from the start. "Fire at will," Captain Roan ordered. Blue railgun bolts sliced through the alien defense lines. Swarms of AI-controlled drones attacked engines and reactors with perfect coordination. Explosions rippled across the enemy ranks. In less than 3 minutes, half of the alien fleet was gone. Inside his burning bridge, Admiral Threx stared in disbelief. How can they be this powerful? The humans didn't answer. They didn't boast or threaten. They simply executed. Every shot was precise, every move silent. One last strike from Vengeance's main cannon split the alien flagship in two. A shockwave spread across the battlefield, scattering debris like dust. For a long moment, space was quiet again. Only the glow of wreckage remained. Captain Roan looked at the stars and said softly, "Let this be their lesson. The galaxy would soon hear of this battle, and none would ever forget what happens when you invade human space." The battle was over. The space around the Orion Gate looked like a graveyard of fire. Alien ships drifted silently, their engines dead, their pride shattered. Among the debris, rescue pods blinked weak signals. Captain Roan stood on the bridge of the UHS Vengeance, watching the wreckage on the screen. His crew waited for orders, expecting him to destroy what was left. But instead, he said quietly, "Send recovery teams. Bring the survivors aboard." His officers looked surprised. "Sir, they killed our people," one whispered. Roan nodded. "Yes, but we are not like them." Hours later, the surviving aliens were brought onto the human flagship. They expected to be tortured or executed. Instead, they were given water, food, and medical care. Confused and afraid, they looked at the humans who had defeated them without mercy, yet now showed compassion. When Admiral Threx woke up in the medical bay, he saw Captain Roan standing beside him. His voice was calm but carried a cold edge. "You came to destroy us. You thought humans were weak. You were wrong." Threx swallowed hard. "Then, why spare us?" Roan looked out the viewport where pieces of his own destroyed ships floated among alien wrecks. "Because we don't fight for power," he said. "We fight for peace. But if peace is broken, we end it fast." The alien admiral had no answer. For the first time, he understood what the galaxy had never believed. Humanity's greatest weapon wasn't just technology, it was restraint. As the survivors were sent home, a single message followed them through the stars. "Remember what you saw here. Tell your galaxy, humans are not your enemy, unless you make us one." The story of the Orion Gate spread faster than light. Every corner of the galaxy heard it. The tale of the alien fleet that entered human space and never came back the same. On distant worlds, leaders of powerful empires gathered in fear. In shining halls and war rooms, they whispered the same. Question: how strong are the humans really? No one had an answer. Only wreckage, silence, and a warning message that echoed across every star network. Do not enter human space. Trade routes shifted overnight. Fleets changed their patrol paths. Even the boldest warlords ordered their ships to stay away from Earth's borders. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. Some believed the story was exaggerated, that humans had used luck or hidden weapons. Spies were sent to confirm the truth. None of them returned. Meanwhile, on Earth, the Human Council met in complete secrecy. Reports of new alien alliances and fleets preparing for defensive measures arrived daily. The Council knew the galaxy was afraid, but fear could turn to hate. Admiral Roan stood before them, calm as ever. "They're watching us now," he said. "Let them watch. But if they plan to test us again, they'll meet Project Titan." No one asked what Project Titan was. They didn't need to. Rumors said it was a new kind of ship. Silent, invisible, unstoppable. Across the stars, entire civilizations prepared for the worst. Some prayed for peace, others prepared for revenge. But deep inside, every leader knew one thing. If humans could destroy an empire in one night, then what could they do in a war? The galaxy had begun to tremble, and humanity stayed silent, watching. Weeks passed, but the galaxy never recovered from what happened at the Orion Gate. Fear became the new law of the stars. Every ship that passed near human borders turned off its engines, as if afraid to breathe in their space. From the edge of Known territory, a signal began to spread, a simple human transmission sent to every star system. It carried no threat, no demand, only words that froze every commander who heard them. This is humanity. We seek peace with all who respect it, but cross our borders again, and the stars themselves will burn for your arrogance. The message repeated only once, then vanished into the cosmic silence. On distant planets, alien leaders sat in silence. They had seen the footage, human ships moving like shadows, their weapons firing with perfect precision, their fleets disappearing as if swallowed by the void. It was not power that terrified them most. It was discipline. In the command center of the UHS Vengeance, Captain Roan watched the stars fade into dawn. His crew stood behind him, quiet and proud. "Do you think they'll ever try again, sir?" one officer asked. Roan smiled faintly. "If they're wise, they won't. But there's always someone who forgets." He looked at the Earth's blue glow on the screen. Calm, untouched, safe. "Let them call us monsters if they wish," he said softly. "We'll remain what we've always been. Protectors." Outside, the Vengeance turned slowly toward the dark frontier, engines glowing like silent fire. Across the galaxy, the legend of humanity grew. No one dared enter human space again. Because now, everyone knew. Humans don't threaten. They promise.